Welcome back to this Train Some World 6 series. I am Kaye. It's good to have you with us again. In part 1, we traversed the Morristown line. In part 2, we traversed the Riviera line. And last but definitely not least, we will hop into Germany and hop in the Leipzig to Dresden line. I would like to start off with the ICE train and possibly doing an S-Bahn run. Hope you enjoy. Here we go. I do like the music. I also like the music on 5 as well. Not that part though. So many bugs to fix.
Türen geöffnet.
Störung.
Lights are on. Outside. They have got to fix these cameras as well. Cameras are all over the place. I can't even work with that. Alright, just over 90 seconds to departure. I'm just gonna have to do it out the number 2 camera. What is that? I can't read German, let alone speak it, so I'm not gonna try to figure it out. Once I get more comfortable, I'll attempt to put on some safety systems. Right now, I just want to see what this route has to offer. Maybe I'll jump into a little S-Bahn services after this, do some local. For now. Let's get set up for departure. Closing the doors.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Releasing the brakes. Adding some power. As I see a cargo train leaving to the left of us. This window looks smaller than the version on Train Sim Classic. Train Sim Classic, it's a little more fuller. I don't know which one is more truer. I would probably say this one is. And you also see more panel on the Train Sim World version. All right, and we can get up to 60 as we chase this train full of cars. At least the cars look up to date. On Train Sim Classic, not so much. .5 miles to Neustadt. As the line shifts to 80 kilometers. I could have at least turned on the SIFA, but who wants to deal with that every 30 seconds or so? Not on my first run. I just want to focus on the actual route for now. .5 kilometers. I really love this train. All the ICE trains are dope. I just wish I understood the German signaling better.
Nächste Station Dresden Neustadt. Ausstieg Fahrtrichtung rechts.
Not quite sure how the brakes are with this, so I'm just gonna start braking a little bit early. Until I start to feel comfortable. This is Dresden Neustadt, if I'm saying that correctly. And I'm pretty sure we're using all of the platform. Doors are opening on the right.
Türen geöffnet.
Wiesbaden Hauptbahnhof. Abfahrt 12:28 Uhr.
Yeah, that sounds cool. And we are here for another minute. Make sure my lights are on. This train is so cool. I actually have this in my logo. So it's this train, the Acela train, and the Pendolino that I hand drew for my logo. I just love how it's called the ICE train. ICE-3, ICE-T. All right, doors are closing.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Releasing the brakes. Applying power. It's not really a noisy train. Very smooth to ride. Very smooth to drive. Not sure if this version tilts. I'm not too familiar with the German trains. Set back up off the throttle. "41 kilometers to Riesa." Now I have done this run, similar run, in Train Sim Classic a couple of weeks ago before this actually came out. And it's cool to actually compare what this is gonna look like to the Train Sim Classic version. As we can now get up to 160. I just wish I could put on the PZB, LZB, and IFB and feel comfortable that I won't have any hiccups. But I don't feel comfortable right now. This is my first playthrough. So I'm seeing this for the first time, just like you guys. Curious to see what their temporary boards look like, or is it just a universal posting for all three of the new routes? But we'll see. Back up off the power here. Heading downhill. Gonna chill 5 kilometers under. I'm actually losing power, so. And now we have an increase in gradient. visually, this is very stunning. I do like the difference in the foliage. Not every tree is the same color. Sky looks pretty good too. I did a run off the Riviera line. It was an early morning run, and my sky was purple. I wasn't quite sure if that was the actual route or was it a DTG bug. But I don't think that's how it was supposed to look. Purple sky, it looked like it was Armageddon. It looked like the world was coming to an end. Skies just opened up and was ready to swallow me up. As we get under 30. Since I don't have the safety systems on, I actually need to pay attention. Just gonna add a little power here. Actually, a lot of power, so I can get close to 130. Now, when I did this run on Train Sim Classic, it kept diverting me to a slower lane where I would be put on a track that was a platform track, as if I'm stopping there, but I wasn't stopping there, and I kept trying to figure out why it keeps diverting me to a slow lane track if my next destination is 80 kilometers away from where I am. Why are you diverting me to a slower traffic lane just to put me back on the fast lane to get to my destination? It was so weird. And usually I create my own scenarios on Train Sim Classic, but I'm not too used to the German routes, and I like it to be realistic as possible. So I wouldn't have had the right trains on it, and I wanted the right trains on it. So I just did a quick drive scenario and put in my start point, end point, and for some reason it kept diverting me onto the slow lane traffic, which is really weird. It might have even taken me a different way. Like, I'm not sure if there are two ways to get to Dresden, because I was leaving from Leipzig, but it kept taking me off of the main speed track, which was really weird. Got a 140 coming up here. Just gonna back up off of the power. This might be too smooth. Like, I don't see any sway. there, but got a 120 coming up here. I should be looking at the track, but I'm not. The track meter, I should say. But I'm actually looking at the actual track or the signage. It's just a good habit. If I could, I would take the track meter, the track monitor off altogether and just use the HUD that's on the left of the top of the screen. Like I don't want to know what's coming up. I want to leave something for me to drive to my imagination. But also, I've never played this before, and I'm just hoping PlayStation don't crash again. So far, Dovetail is having a rough Train Sim World 6 debut. I haven't even jumped on the forums yet. Somehow they've loaded the wrong build again. Like, this is the second time in a row they've done this. They did the same thing with the Manchester airport when it dropped. And again, they've loaded the wrong build. And the poor Xbox users are getting screwed heavily every day. I know what issues I'm having. I'm not too happy with, but it is a known issue. Like, I've watched a couple videos already where people have already said the same things that I have. Like that whole audio pop. I haven't heard it yet on the German route that we're on yet, but it's very noticeable on the Morristown line, which really sucks because that's my home line, and I do like it. I liked it for the Train Sim Classic as well. It's probably going to be one of my favorite routes. But this one, I know a lot of people have requested this one, so we'll see. This one might be the ultimate favorite. Not for me, but in general. Actually, we can get up to 160 now. I just hate feeling like I'm alone on a track. I need some AI. Kilometers to Riesa. I understand that an actual timetable won't have as much AI, but that's the beauty of actually playing a video game. I can add as much AI as I want, as long as they don't crash into each other. Visually, I think it looks stunning when you see trains passing you. But when you have great graphics like what I see right here, like this is stunning to me. I do like the autumn leaves that I'm seeing on the trees here. Gonna hop out for a little bit. See a 130 coming up. Yes, I saw the signal. The board. It's gonna drop down a little bit. Board. 11 kilometers to Riesa. And if there are any German followers watching this video, if you would like to let me know which route is the best to play, whether on Train Sim Classic or Train Sim World, I would be most appreciated for that. Just under 10 miles to 10 kilometers to Riesa. is a really cool drive when you don't have the safety systems on. Not much movement. No bells going off. No SIFA going off. Just a quiet cab. And a view. And me talking. Just gonna add a little power here. Seven kilometers to Riesa. Stand behind the line, please. Thank you. Street level crossing. Just under 6 kilometers to Riesa. Drop down to 80 here. I believe that little smiley face, blue signal is a warning. You never be too cautious. Probably dropped down too early, but I have no route knowledge, so just gonna add a little power until I see otherwise. Just under 4 kilometers. We are on our way to Dresden. Or is it Leipzig? I don't quite remember. Dresden. We're in ICE-3. This is train SimWorld 6. And there's the 80. I was correct. I was just a little early. tail. Kilometer and a half to Riesa. This really is a really smooth drive so far. Hope I didn't just jinx myself. Gonna hop out.
Nächste Station.
Actually, I'm not.
Riesa. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
Announcement scared me out of my decision there. I'm gonna drop down a little bit, entering this platform. About 40 should be safe. This is Riesa. Riesa. Not sure how to pronounce it, but that's where we are. Doors will be opening on the left. Please watch your step exiting the platform. Head out the shot. Doors are closing.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Releasing the brakes. And departing. Tell me we have a fault. Doors seem to be closed. Just didn't want to move. All right, next stop is Leipzig. 63 kilometers. And we can now get up to 160. I don't know why they gotta put me behind trees. Six kilometers to Leipzig. So I'm not very familiar with the editor for Train Sim World. If this was classic, I would know what to do. But for Train Sim World, when creating a custom, would it be called a custom scenario? But when you're actually creating something like, you know, putting a free roam train on a track, can you also add AI to that? I realize I've been playing these games for a couple of years now, but it's something I've never attempted in Train Sim World. Train Sim Classic, I got it in spades. You know, I know what to do. I'm actually designing my own route for Train Sim Classic, thanks to Cactus Juice and Laserjet, who both work with Train Sim World, or Dovetail, I should say. And I know Cactus Juice has actually started to create a Train Sim Classic route that I really wanted to see finished with the Northeast Corridor, the Boston part, New England, I should say, because it's not just Boston; it goes all the way to Connecticut. The part that I wanted to see finished, but as he got his job with Dovetail, he now works for Train Sim World. And he's also responsible for the signaling for the Morristown line. You know, so I'm happy that he's where he is right now. But at the same time, I still need to get this full Northeast Corridor run to happen. So until someone actually finishes it, I'm gonna keep looking for it, and I can't finish my actual run without it. And I was thinking about using Train Sim World to fill in the gap, or a Train Sim Classic route, but then you're gonna start off with something that's so well put together, with that Boston to Providence, or is it Boston to Providence? Yeah, Boston to Providence route. And then there's a drop off from Providence to New Haven, because then I'd have to go back to Classic. And then Train Sim World also announced that they're doing a New York to where is it stopping in Connecticut? Anyway, they're doing a New York to Connecticut run that I can also use with the Acela train, but it doesn't fully finish my run, and I would still have gaps. So that would have been a major pickup for me if I could have gotten that small little piece. Although it's only about 2 hours of the actual route, the route is about 8 hours long. And it wouldn't be the first time I've actually done a long run in Train Sim Classic. I like doing, you know, full routes like that. Like I enjoyed the Class 92 run I did from Manchester to France. No one's ever done that before. I don't believe I've seen any videos where that was done. Driving through most of the UK into the Channel and exiting in Lille, France. I actually like doing things that no one's done before. Just like I was the first to put I was the first to put guard mode combined with driver mode in a video, where I would do some driving and I would also have the conductor mode where I'm collecting tickets. It's a good concept. I just don't know if that's what people want to see. But we're 37 kilometers from Leipzig. Now all of a sudden I'm getting back-to-back AI within a minute of each other. Not complaining, just surprised. I have time for one more run after this. Maybe I'll do a little S-Bahn. I am putting in mileage today, train some World 6. .30 kilometers to Leipzig. Spoke too soon. I was just saying I didn't hear that on this route yet, and then I get that audio pop. Buying some power. 25 kilometers to Leipzig. 200 kilometers an hour. There's no way you're surviving if you get hit by this train. Unfortunately. 22 kilometers to Leipzig. That is a bad place to put a temporal board. Almost rather you put it when I was doing 80 kilometers an hour rather than 200. Back up to full throttle. 13 kilometers to Leipzig. 10 kilometers to Leipzig. Pretty sure soon I'll see that little blue board with the smiley face looking, which is most likely a warning for 80 if I had my safety systems on. Gonna hop outside one last time. Somewhere without trees. I don't want to get stuck in the trees. Six miles to Leipzig. Miles, 4 kilometers to Leipzig, excuse me. I keep saying miles because that's what I'm used to. I'm actually gonna start coming down now. There's the warning for the 80. There's a warning for the 40. Slight uphill gradient. Just applying enough power so I can hover near 40. And this is Leipzig. And it looks like there's a train in front of us. So I'm going to come in even slower. Throttles off. They have to fix these cameras. Oh my god.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Alright, and it looks like we need to couple to the train in front of us. I'm just gonna do 3 kilometers. What? It just told me to couple. All right, whatever. All right, we'll do an S-Bahn service. Not sure which one of these. I'll try the talent. We'll try this one. And full disclosure, I do not know how to set this train up. So let's see. Master key. Master key. Brake key. Throttle. Sir. Forward. The knobs do. It's on. Headlights. Cabin dusk light. Upright. Sure, I probably gotta turn that back off, but you know. Passenger doors. Those are this camera. All right, we're in Dresden. Doors are closing. And let's hope we get this moving. Awesome.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Triebestahl. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station Dresden, Freiberger Straße. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
That's a lot to say for just the doors are closing. I'm kidding. All right, we can get up to 80 leaving this platform. So says the signal. My first time in this vehicle. So far it's nice and smooth. Nice quiet cab.
Nächste Station Dresden, Freiberger Straße. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
Let's see how these brakes feel. This is a stopping service. Dresden, Freiburger Strafe. And the doors will be opening on the left. Doors are closing. Watch your step.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Triebeschtal. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station Dresden-Mitte. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
The doors are closed now. Next stop is Dresden Mitte. I'm gonna butcher this, so I apologize.
Nächste Station Dresden-Mitte. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
I'm gonna leave the announcements to the conductor so I don't butcher any more of it.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Triebeschtal. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station Dresden-Neustadt. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
1.5 kilometers to our next destination. Let's hop outside and see what this actually looks like. It's not a bad looking loco. It's pretty cool. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And I should be braking here. This is Dresden, Neustadt. Again, I apologize if I butcher these German names. Doors are opening on the right, on the left, excuse me.
Abfahrt 8:37 Uhr. Abfahrt 8:40 Uhr.
I'll tell you guys have some work to do. There's a lot of good, but there's still some bugs in the stuff.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Triebestahl. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station Dresden, Bischofsplatz. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
Adam the Boss 237, thank you for the follow.
Nächste Station Dresden, Bischofsplatz. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
We are doing a little S-Bahn service. Right now we are still in the Dresden area. Come on, you can do it. Oh, I guess you can't do it. Right, doors are closing.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Triebestahl. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station Dresden-Pieschen. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
I won't even attempt to say this next name. at full power here. These dovetail fix these cameras.
Nächste Station Dresden-Pieschen. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links. Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Triebeschtal. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station Dresden-Trachau. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
1.6 kilometers to our next destination. It's my first time driving this unit. So far it's not so bad. Brakes are a little gotta get used to.
Nächste Station Dresden-Trachau. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links. Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Friedrichsthal. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station, Radebeul Ost. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
Going full power here. Got a little space to run. It's a really smooth and quiet ride. Let's see what happens when I open the windows. Safety systems back there. I'll get there one day.
Nächste Station, Radebeul Ost. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
I haven't quite found the glide point for hitting these platforms. I gotta play this a little bit more to actually get comfortable with it. It's not a bad train though. I do like stopping services. This will just be another one to add to the commuter.
S1 nach Meißen-Friedrichsthal. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station, Radebeul Weintraube. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
I can add this to my other German commuter that I ran out of Hamburg. If only I knew the safety systems, it would make it even better. But once I get the stopping pattern down, I'm gonna tackle all of
Nächste
these
Station,
services.
Radebeul Weintraube. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
Doors are closing. not even gonna try to attempt that. As we get over 100 kilometers for the first time on this run. On straight to step 4 braking.
Nächste Station, Radebeul, Kötschenbruder. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links. Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Friedrichsthal. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station, Radebeul-Zwischewig. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
1.5 kilometers to the next location. One thing I will say that I do like about Train Sim World, I don't have to worry about putting destinations in. Whereas if I was playing Train Sim Classic, I would have to adjust everything. I still prefer Train Sim Classic, but Train Sim World's not bad either. There's a closing. It's a hell of a ramp. 1.7 kilometers to Oslo.
Nächste Station, Postweg bei Dresden. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
Double yellow. Another double yellow coming up. Flashing. Double yellow. Not too keen on my signs, but keep an eye out for things. .3 kilometers.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Friedrichsthal. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station, Neusörnewitz. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung rechts.
Line dropped down to 60 kilometers. And now it's back up to 110. Get the 120 coming up. If I read that board right. Yep, 120. That's why I read the boards and do not look at the track map up there. Green over yellow. Those junction points sound good. This cab is really quiet, even with the windows open.
Nächste Station, Neusörnewitz. Ausstieg Fahrtrichtung rechts.
There's a lot of walking when it comes to stops that I'm stopping at. I don't know how accurate that is. I've never been here. Just like another glitch in the system. Okay, that was weird. Was that a random train fault? Must have been a random fault. So when I checked the doors, they were all closed. Five kilometers to the next stop. Speeding. I need dovetail to fix these cameras. Three kilometers. And a glitch in the audio to our next destination. .5 kilometers in. This is what it kind of looks like.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Friedrichsthal. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station Meißen Altstadt. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
It's pretty cool. And we have a temporary board on the other end of this platform. We also have a yellow. Looks like a single yellow with a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. But before that, we have a temporary 50. That we will hit first.
Sehr geehrte Reisende, herzlich willkommen im Zug S1 nach Meißen-Friedrichsthal. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise. Nächste Station Meißen-Friedrichsthal. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
See the track here.
Nächste Station Meißen-Friedrichsthal. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung links.
There's the temporary 50. The end of the restriction.
Abfahrt 9:09 Uhr.
And that'll do it for the S-Bahn service. I can't pronounce it. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. But so that will actually do it for today. I actually had fun doing these runs on Train Sim World 6. Little early access. I've actually done 2 runs on each of the 3 lines that they have available. I've actually done 4 runs on the Riviera so far. I really do like that line. Morristown line, I can actually see being one of my favorites. I really like that Arrow 3. It was pretty fun to drive. Very old. The sounds they sound really good when it's moving. And only thing I did not do was the Super Voyager today. I've done most of the other runs. I've done a Voyager run many times on a Classic, so I'm really not in a rush to actually do one of those. But yeah, it's been fun. Other than the bugs that are happening, not just for PlayStation but for everybody. I feel sorry for the Xbox users because they get the worst end of everything we get. And after hearing they released the wrong build again, this also happened with the Manchester Airport commuter line that came out from Alan Thompson. The release was still buggy and it wasn't the final release, and somehow they made the same mistake again. I think they need to start labeling their final builds a different way just to stop this from happening in the future. But yeah, today I kind of feel like I was a beta tester because there are still some issues with this thing, and the actual release date is next week. So well, it is what it is. But that'll do it for me tonight. It is actually pretty late and I streamed 7 hours of actual content today. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who decided to watch my videos. Thank you for my new followers. And I hope to see you guys again on the next stream. Most likely this Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. But until then, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks and have a good rest of your night.